Hello, Enzo. How you doing? Yeah, I've been in accounts now for coming on 10 years, and I've specialised in everything from audit to tax to general accountancy queries with small practitioners or limited companies. So generally a bit of everything. So should be well versed in trying to answer some questions for people. Well, this is a common question, and generally the main key phrase that everyone needs to think about is the expense wholly and exclusively in relation to the trade of the business? Anything which fits that phrase can be classed as company expense. For example, a company might buy a bulk load of ink for their printers. This is for use by the company printers alone, and so can be classed as an allowable expense. For another example, that same company might purchase a television on behalf of the director. This TV might be kept at the director's home, and generally is not a legitimate business expense, as it cannot be classed as solely and wholly and exclusively in relation to the trade of the business. Therefore, it's not allowable for corporation tax purposes. Now, sometimes these expenses can raise their own issues. It's fine for the company to pay things like that for the directors, but companies and their directors must then be aware that there is no tax benefit gained for these things. Disallowing these expenses for corporation tax is one element, but there could also raise issues in respect of tax and national insurance for the director, and have possible extra national insurance costs for the company to bear. If you're unsure about whether an expense is allowable for tax or how the best way to treat it within your accounts is, then it's always best to consult with your tax advisor directly. But the general rule is always the best start point, is to ask yourself, is the expense wholly and exclusively for the purpose of the business? Common sense can generally help you out and do the rest. Most people can be critical of their own expenses if they can see, yes, I need this, but to handle matters within the business, then you're a long way along the line of being able to claim it as a legitimate expense. There are pitfalls along the way in terms of entertaining and legal fees, but that's slightly more complex and generally needs to be dealt with on a case by case basis. Yep, nice to speak to you all. I'll speak to you again soon.